Hey, what's up? Hello, my name is Stefania if we haven't met before, and if we have met before, then hey. It's November, so in my brain, it's technically Christmas. So Merry Christmas. Do you ever find yourself questioning, I have this barista or this coffee lover that I have in my life that I'm shopping for a gift for, and I have no idea what to get them? Well, look no further. Although this video today is going to be holiday themed, honestly, this can apply to any occasion. This video today is the ultimate barista gifting guide for all of the baristas and coffee lovers in your life who you love and you want to spoil. I was a barista for almost 5 years in total, over 3 of those being at Starbucks. So yes, my source for today's video is, trust me bro, I do know what the baristas in your life want. So allow me to share it with you. We are going to structure today's gift guide into 3 categories. The first one being coffee related products, second category being non-coffee related products, and the third category being the king of all gifts, the creme de la creme, if you will. This is gonna be a gift that I will share with you at the end that most baristas won't ask for, but damn, if you get it for them, they're gonna be geeking all the way till next Christmas. They're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. We're all gonna love it. Okay, let's get started. The first category that we're gonna dive into today is, as I mentioned before, coffee related products. How about we start off strong with a coffee lover's dream? I have never been able to get my hands on one of these, but I do want one. So if any of my family are watching this, hey, take some notes. A coffee loving basic, the Ember mug. We used to sell this mug every year at my Starbucks store, and we would release it, the beginning of November, and they would be gone, off the shelves, gone the entire holiday season. This is one of the coffee products that is a little bit more on the expensive side. It retails for around $120 depending on what website you get it from. So if that is within your budget, trust me, the coffee lover you're shopping for will absolutely love this. Essentially, an Ember mug is a mug that keeps your coffee warm, keeps your coffee hot the entire time. This mug controls the temperature of your coffee. So let's say that you're sitting at your computer and you're working and you let an hour go by and you haven't even touched your coffee yet. Fear not, the Ember mug will keep it just as hot as it was when you poured it fresh. It will maintain the same temperature whether it's 10 minutes later, 30 minutes later, an hour later. And you can even control the temperature from an app on your phone. How cool is that? So if you have a hot latte lover or a hot coffee lover in your life, and also somebody who very frequently gets distracted after they pour themselves a cup of coffee and then their cup of coffee goes cold, think about snagging an Ember mug for them for the holidays. Okay, now let's move on to a coffee product that is more on the inexpensive side. Does the barista in your life especially enjoy a hot cup of joe at home? Are they a cream and sugar kind of human? If you're a barista yourself, then you already know the delicious flavor that a pour over coffee can produce. Pour over is a method of making coffee at home, for those of you who don't know. Basically, you take a coffee dripper, you line it with a coffee filter, you transfer some coffee grounds in it, pour hot water over the top, obviously have a cup or something underneath the dripper to catch the coffee. Coffee drippers don't need to be boring and plastic though. There are an array of different beautiful ceramic, glass coffee drippers out there that the coffee lover in your life will obsess over. Whatever style, color, pattern you end up getting, doesn't matter, it'll all work the same. Give the gift of a cup of fresh joe. It's a very simple method, but it produces a wonderful flavor in the coffee. These retail anywhere from $30 to $60, with $40 being the median for ceramic ones. Now, I'm not biased, but I do love my ceramic coffee dripper. She's gorgeous. Moving on. Does the coffee lover in your life especially love hot lattes, frothy cappuccinos, or cold foam on top of their iced lattes and cold brew? Most people believe that you need an espresso machine with a steam wand in order to produce a nice frothy milk consistency, but that's not true. There are other methods to frothing milk, one of them being an electric milk frother. Now, I own an espresso machine with a steam wand, but I also own an electric milk frother, and I gotta say, I love using the electric milk frother, especially because my milk frother has several different settings, which most of them come with different settings. And one of those settings just happens to be cold foam. So I'm able to not only make milk, frothy milk for my lattes and cappuccinos, but I'm also able to make cold foam to throw on top of my cold brew, my iced lattes, my chais, etc. All you do with an electric milk frother is you pour the milk directly into it, pop the lid on, sometimes it'll come with a stand, sometimes it'll just plug right in. Regardless, you just hit a few buttons and you wait a couple minutes and boom, you got nice hot frothy milk or you got a beautiful silky cold foam. Electric milk frothers do range in price. Now, I will be very transparent with you guys. I have had more of a cheaper electric milk frother in the past, and it ended up breaking after 2 months. My personal recommendation for an electric milk frother will be the Nespresso Aeropress. I know that the Nespresso ones can be a little bit more on the pricey side, but I am somebody who believes in quality over quantity, and seeing that my cheaper milk frother broke, I will only be investing in quality milk frothers for the rest of my life, okay? Next up, does the coffee lover or barista in your life particularly love cold brew? Cold brew is a bit difficult to make at home. It's not impossible, but it's a little more difficult. There's some more steps involved, and it needs to steep for at least 20 hours. It's not as simple and straightforward as just making a hot cup of coffee. But there is a method to this madness. There are some really cool at-home cold brew makers, and they work great. Some of these cold brew coffee makers you just have to leave on the counter overnight. The cleanup is minimal, and you're left with a pitcher of cold brew that you can pop in the fridge and use for the next week or so. This one comes to mind immediately. I love this one, and it does retail for around $50 on Amazon, so it's not too bad. There are more expensive ones, and there are less expensive ones. You just need to do your research and make sure that whatever you end up getting, you read the reviews, because you do not want to be left with a bunch of leaky cold brew all over your counter throughout the night. You do not want to give the gift of mess. You want to give the gift of cold brew. So do your research, but I like this one a lot. Before we move on to non-coffee products, I'd like to mention that there are some coffee products such as AEROPRESS, French press, mocha pots, electric tea kettles. These are things that baristas and coffee lovers may already have, but if the coffee lover or barista in your life doesn't have one of them, or all of them, they make a great gift. All of those that I just mentioned are very standard ways of making coffee at home, which is why I say that most baristas may already own one or some of them. I had a mocha pot for several years. I also had a French press for several years, so it really just depends on who you're buying for, but if they don't already own something like that, they are amazing to have around. Relatively inexpensive as well. Products such as mocha pots, they range in different sizes, different price points, but you can find pretty much all of those that I just mentioned inexpensive online and in store. All right, I think that about does it on coffee products. Let's move on to some non-coffee products, because you may be like, hey, I know they're a coffee lover, I know they're a barista, but I don't want to buy something coffee related for them, and that's just fine. All right, we are entering sort of a barista specific territory, but this does still apply to non-baristas. I'm being a little biased. Thick sweaters and chunky cardigans. Yes, I am being so for real. This is not a joke. As baristas, we have a very specific dress code that we can follow. There's a color scheme that we need to stay within, and trust me, when you're working the drive-through window in the middle of December and you are open, close, open, close, open, close. And listen, I live in Chicago, okay? So open, close during December meant that I was letting 5-degree air in. It was frigid. So trust me, we are not wearing short sleeves when we're on the drive-through window. There were a couple Christmases in a row where my family got me some nice thicker, actually, wait a minute, this was literally one of them. Oh my God, this was, so hello, I'm still using it to this day. 2023, the proof is in the turtleneck. I loved when my family would get me nice, thick, cozy sweaters and cardigans and things that I could wear to work that were also neutral tone. So when I say neutral tone, I mean like black, gray. Don't get them white. Don't get them beige. Don't get them anything that a coffee stain can show up on. We'll leave it like that. Nice cozy cardigans are really nice too, because you can throw them over your apron, and it's just, you know, it's nice to have a little layer on. And of course, even when I wasn't at work, I was still wearing the sweaters and cardigans out and about, so it's not like it was just workwear or work specific. Plus, who doesn't like a nice warm sweater? Everyone does, and if you say you don't, you're lying. Moving on, there is nothing better than returning home to a warm, cozy, cultivated space, especially after an 8-hour shift of being screamed at by Karens over a morning milkshake. You get to snuggle up on the couch, decompress, and just turn your brain off. All those coffee recipes, all those drive-through orders you have just ingrained in your brain from the entire day, you could just shut that off. My home is something that has always been very important to me, and I want to always cultivate this warm and welcoming space for not only friends and family, but also for myself too. Since it's getting colder out everywhere, unless you live in Miami or something, but I'm in Chicago, which means we are rapidly approaching below freezing season, okay? There was one year that my grandma ended up getting me this really thick, cozy, fuzzy blanket. She ended up getting me a few candles, some fuzzy socks, a little sweat set, and I loved it. She got me these like insulated cups so I could make myself something warm after I had come home from my shift. It was a few different things, and it made my space feel so much warmer, so much cozier, and I'm still using the blanket to this day. It's laying on my bed right now. The gift was like a bundle of coziness, and I'm somebody who I love that. So if you're shopping for somebody and that sounds like something that they would be interested in too, I will link some random things that might go along with that gift. You can make a basket, you can make a little thing out of it. I'll link some stuff down in the description to give you some ideas, but hey, I just gave you an excuse to make a Target run, so you're welcome. Next one. It's really no secret that baristas and other minimum wage employees typically don't go out of their way to treat themselves. My next recommendation is a gift card or a gift certificate, something specific, where the person you're gifting it to has no choice but to go have a little self-care day. Spa day, massage, pedicure, I mean, get creative. You know what the person that you're shopping for likes. It always felt nice receiving something that gave me that little extra push to go and treat myself. And if you really want to get jiggy with it, you can combine the last idea with this idea and make them like a little spa day or self-care type of basket or package. I don't know if you can tell, I'm a big basket girly. Go to Pinterest, you got this. The last non-coffee product that I will mention for this video is fragrance. Listen, when you work at a coffee shop, all you smell and smell like day in and day out is coffee. At home, in your car, at work, your bed sheets start to smell like coffee. How did that happen? Give the gift of smelling like something other than coffee. You can ask the barista or coffee lover in your life that you're shopping for if they have any fragrance that they are especially interested in. There was one year that I received a fragrance and I swear I wore the hell out of it. I have like that much left of it. I'm saving it for a special occasion. What that special occasion is, I have no idea, but I'm saving it. I loved the fragrance. As a barista, it is a part of our code that we cannot come in smelling like heavy fragrance, but that doesn't mean you can't do a little spritz and go to work. Give the gift of smelling nice, even if it is just for the first 5 minutes that they walk into their shift and then boom, they're back to smelling like coffee again. Last, but certainly not least, apart from coffee products, apart from non-coffee related products, the king of all gifts for baristas, for coffee lovers, for really anybody. Cash, baby. Slide them a check. I mean, come on. This economy sucks. I think we can all agree on that. And if you're making minimum wage, it sucks even harder for ya. Trust. Cash is king. Cash has always been king and it always will be. Wrap it in a bow, put it in a box, put it in a basket. Do what you gotta do to dress it up a little bit, but just know that everybody during the holidays, especially the barista in your life, loves a little coin. Everybody loves a little coin. I love it. I'll be the first one to admit it. All right, my friends, that is all I have for you today in this barista gifting guide. I hope that you enjoyed it and I hope that you were able to at least extract some ideas from this. Again, everything that I mentioned in this video today and some other random ideas will be linked down in the description, so definitely check that out. Remember to subscribe. Happy holidays, happy shopping, and I will see you guys next time. Mwah!